Let me explain exactly what happens when you use highlights and shadows sliders versus tone curve adjustments, and why understanding this will improve your editing. Today, I am breaking down both methods separately, then showing you when and how to use them together for professional results as well. These tools are available in Lightroom, Luminar, or any other software, so the concept remains the same. I know the histogram looks intimidating, but understanding it is the key to everything we are about to discuss. Think of it as a simple map of your photo. It's just showing you where all the tones in your image live. Pure black on the left, pure white on the right, and everything in between. The left side represents your shadows, all the dark areas. The middle is your midtones, most of what you want to see. The right side is your highlights, bright skies, light sources. When you see the histogram pushed all the way to the right edge like this, that's telling you those highlights are blown, pure white with no detail. Same thing on the left. When it's jammed against the left edge, those shadows are crushed, pure black with no detail. Let's see what happens when we use those highlights and shadows sliders. If I move it towards my left, the sky is getting more visibility because these are the bright areas that have been controlled by the highlights slider. I'm going to do it again now, but I want you to look at the graph over here. Everything from the right side of the graph, the highlights are getting squashed towards the left, basically going towards the midtones. Now let's look at the shadows as well. If I move the shadows slider towards the right side, all the dark areas that you see, which are represented by the left side of the graph, are gonna get brighter, and everything is moving towards the mid-tones. So the dark areas are quite bright now. The highlight slider isn't just affecting the blown highlights, it's affecting all the bright areas in this photo. Same thing with shadows. I'm affecting every single dark tone in the image. Look at the histogram now. See how it's becoming more compressed, more bunched up in the middle. This is why photos edited with heavy slider adjustments often look flat. Now, let's look at the tone curve. This might seem intimidating, but it's actually giving you way more control. Tone curve is representation of your histogram as well. You can see that the histogram is showing in the background. I can create multiple points on this line. A quick reminder, these are the dark areas and these are the bright areas. Now tone curve is giving me more control because I have created multiple points. If I, for example, go to this particular point and raise it a little bit, it's actually removing shadows from these tonal areas and not this. Remember, in case of raising the shadows from the shadow slider, everything got moved in the histogram towards mid-tones. We didn't have any control. But in this case, if I just do this, it's raising the shadows from certain areas only. If I go to the highlights point, I am telling my tone curve that I do not want to touch any of these areas and I want to remove or increase highlights. So if I lift it up, I'm increasing the intensity. If I bring it down, I'm decreasing the intensity. So this is giving me precise control. If I go to the mid-tone point over here, I am intensifying the mid-tones, or I'm making the image look a bit more flat. And if I am changing the mid-tones, you can see that the graph is only changing from the mid-tone area. If I lift the shadows from this and move it towards the upside, then you will see that certain dark areas like this will change. So it's not touching these dark areas, but less dark areas which are more towards the mid-tone range. So I have more control of changing the contrast and the intensity of the tonal range of my image. Contrast is what makes photos appealing to the eye. When we preserve the natural contrast using curves, our photos maintain depth and dimension. Flat photos with no contrast, they are just boring, my friends. So the question is, when should you use each method? You don't have to choose just one method. In fact, combining them can give you the best of both worlds. My professional workflow usually starts with small slider adjustments for quick global corrections. Then I fine-tune with tone curve for precise control and contrast preservation. So I'm going to move this slider of highlights towards the left side, and you can see that the clouds are more visible now. And then I'm going to decrease the shadows by moving this slider towards the right side. Now this is a personal choice. I'm going to leave it up till here. This means that my image has got more visibility to the eye. Now I will come to the tone curve section and going to create those points again. If you do not want to create these points, you can actually go here to point curve section and say I want medium contrast or strong contrast in my image. If I click medium contrast, you can see that the contrast has been added by reducing the shadows over here, by bringing it down and making this S curve. I can make it more intense by lifting this point over here. This means that the highlights are intensified more, and I can bring this point down and this point down as well, or I can lift it up a little bit to bring more information out. So this is how I use highlights and shadow slider alongside tone curve in order to give the image punch. I create an S curve. We use the medium contrast, and we can even use strong contrast. So here is the bottom line. Both tools have their place, but understanding what they actually do changes everything. Sliders are fast and easy, but affect broad tonal ranges. Curves take more practice, but give you precise control and better quality results. And when you combine them, that's when you get professional level efficiency and quality. And if you have reached this far, my name is Muji. I am a professional photographer from sunny South Africa. I make tutorials on YouTube. And if you learn from this video, give this a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos and on location adventures, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, Khudai Paman.